Hey, I want to talk about something profoundly human, something many of us have experienced or witnessed, but rarely truly unpack. What happens inside someone, specifically when they realize they've truly lost you? It's a moment of profound clarity, often delayed, and it hits differently than just missing someone. You know that old saying, you don't know what you got till it's gone? It's more than just a cliche when it comes to relationships. It's a deep dive into the human psyche, a journey through self-reflection, a sudden flood of memories, and a new, often painful understanding of value. It's not just about regret, but about a reevaluation of everything that was. Let me tell you a story, not unlike one you might have heard before. A friend of mine, let's call him Alex, went through a really tough breakup. At first, his ex-girlfriend seemed, well, fine, even distant if anything. She was moving on, posting on social media, living her life. Alex naturally was struggling, convinced she never cared as much as he did. But then, months later, something shifted. Random texts started appearing, seemingly out of nowhere. Hey, saw something that reminded me of you. Or, hope you're doing well. Little comments on old posts. Alex, confused, asked me, why now? Why does she care all of a sudden? It's been ages. This conversation, this universal experience, pushed me to explore the emotional gravity that absence creates. Why some bonds, once seemingly severed, pull back with such force. It's a fascinating dance of psychology and emotion, and it's what we're going to dive into today. What really happens when someone finally realizes the full weight of losing you, and how do we navigate that complex space? One of the first, most subtle signs you might notice is what I call the breadcrumb trail of reconnecting efforts. She won't come out and say, I miss you, not yet. That would be too vulnerable, too direct. Instead, she might try to reconnect in these almost imperceptible ways. Perhaps an old social media post of yours, one from months or even years ago, suddenly gets a like. Or she starts watching your Instagram stories, becoming a regular silent viewer. Maybe a casual, almost generic, hey, how have you been? Text appears out of the blue, often after midnight, when inhibitions are lower and thoughts are more prone to wandering. Does that sound familiar? These aren't random acts of digital engagement. They are, more often than not, intentional. Think about Lisa, a colleague of mine. She told me how, after a year of complete silence with her ex, she started subtly liking his travel photos. She confessed, I didn't want to seem desperate, so I just liked one of his posts and hoped he'd notice, hoped it would spark something. This breadcrumb trail is her way of testing the waters, of saying, I'm thinking about you, without fully opening herself up to potential rejection. It's a low-risk, low-commitment bid for attention, a way to see if there's still a connection, a flicker of recognition. If you notice these breadcrumbs, don't rush to conclusions. Take a moment to observe. Does it feel genuine? Or is it more about her processing her own feelings, a nostalgic glance back? Sometimes, these actions are more about her internal world, a way to test her own emotional landscape, than they are about you directly. Before we explore her next, often more direct steps, let me ask you, what would you do if an ex reached out tomorrow with a casual, hey? Keep that thought in mind. Now, as the internal emotional pressure builds, and those breadcrumbs might not elicit the desired response, the next phase often involves a more direct but still cautious approach. Testing the waters. When she finally reaches out directly, It's rarely a full-blown emotional declaration. Instead of saying, "I miss you terribly," or "I made a mistake," she might ask for help with something seemingly trivial. "Hey, do you remember that contact for the mechanic you used to go to?" Or, "Can you help me figure out how to set up this new app?" It's a practical excuse, a Trojan horse for deeper communication. It provides a plausible reason to talk, allowing her to gauge your reaction without risking a direct emotional hit. This ties into a fascinating psychological concept known as loss aversion. Nobel laureate Daniel Kahneman and Amos Tversky showed that the pain of losing something is psychologically more powerful than the pleasure of gaining something of equal value. When she initially left, she might have focused on the gain, freedom, new experiences, and end to conflict. But over time, as those perceived gains normalize, the loss of what she had with you becomes more salient, more painful. The comfort, the shared history, the unique bond, these things are no longer just absent. They are lost. It's also in this phase that you might notice a subtle shift in her perception of your past relationship. When things ended, the focus was likely on the negatives, the reasons for the breakup. But with distance and the sting of loss, her mind begins to engage in what psychologists call memory reconsolidation. This isn't just remembering, it's re-evaluating and restoring those memories. The negative aspects might recede, making way for the positive memories to resurface with greater clarity and emotional weight. She remembers the laughter, the shared dreams, the effortless comfort, the unique ways you understood her. The rose-tinted glasses aren't just for new relationships. They can also be for past ones, especially when those past relationships are now perceived as lost. The initial reasons for the breakup, which once seemed so clear and insurmountable, now appear smaller, more manageable, or simply overshadowed by the overwhelming sense of absence. This reevaluation often fuels her attempts to test the waters, as she's not just remembering an old relationship, but forming a new, more positive narrative of what it was and what it could have been. As the realization deepens and the memory reconsolidation takes hold, you might witness her engaging in what I call social surveillance. This isn't just liking an old post. It's a more deliberate effort to understand your current life, your emotional state, and your availability. She'll be checking your social media profiles more frequently, looking for clues. Is there someone new? Are you thriving? Are you struggling? Every photo, every status update, every comment from another person becomes a piece of a puzzle she's trying to solve. She might even ask mutual friends about you, framing it as casual curiosity. "Oh, how's Alex doing? Haven't seen him around." It's a way to gather intelligence without direct confrontation, to build a picture of your life now that she's no longer a part of it. This surveillance often comes from a place of both curiosity and a certain level of anxiety. She wants to know if you've moved on, if you're happier without her, or if you too are feeling the weight of the loss. This can be particularly true if her initial reasons for the breakup involved seeking personal growth or a change in her own life. If she finds you flourishing, it can amplify her sense of loss and regret, sometimes even sparking a competitive desire to show her own growth or a renewed interest in what she let go of.